Let's have a look ahead to 2026 at all things Dubai property market and forecast with a man who certainly has his finger on the pulse, Director of Business Development and Client Relations at Cavendish Maxwell is, of course, Zacky Sajjad, who's been kind enough to join us live in studio this morning. Happy New Year in advance.
Happy New Year. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you on board. How do you sum up 25?
I think 2025, without meaning to repeat what a lot of people have been saying, has been a pretty good year for most people in the real estate sector. We've seen continued growth, exceeding expectations of what a lot of people were thinking 12 months ago. And I think it's certainly, I mean, if you look around us, the traffic is a testament to what we're all facing at the moment, which means we're all really busy.
What's the Cav Max house view for 26?
Look, I think if we look at it, I think we're going to see more sustainable growth, I would say, in 2026. That's our sort of projections, if you like. I don't see anything sort of slowing down. I mean, I thought it would have slowed down, by now if you'd have asked me 2-3 years ago. But I think a combination of factors, both geopolitical, macroeconomic, as well as the kind of real increase in population, and it really feels it at this time of year with all the tourists as well. So I think we're seeing Dubai really position itself as a place for people to base themselves.
Rent increase?
Yeah, look, rent increase has moderated for sure this year, but it's still pretty positive. I tried having a little conversation with my landlord, and he wasn't open to reducing the rent, put it that way. So I think dare I say it, I think for now certainly these high rents that we've been paying are sort of becoming the new norm. I think where more supply will come online in certain communities, certain areas, that will natural supply and demand may lead to some slight contraction on those rents, but I would say overall it's pretty stable.
Can I go back to that phrase you just used, because it's a phrase that we have probably overused throughout the year, supply demand.
Yeah.
We use it without really thinking about it. I mean, are we going to 2026 is it going to get real in 2026?
Look, good question. I think if we look at what's happening with the launches and what is projected to be handed over, we're just not meeting up with the sort of expected handovers that were. So this is putting a real pressure on certain areas. It's putting infrastructure pressure on as well as the population is growing. So I think if we look at certain communities in certain areas, it does feel like there is a lot of stuff that has been launched, a lot of stuff that has been bought, and a lot of stuff that is coming in to handover. But if you look at certain segments, such as the prime and ultra prime, if you like, I mean, there's just not enough. We were at a dinner party the other night, and somebody was discussing how they're looking for something, and I was flabbergasted when they said the numbers that they were prepared to pay, and I just thought, really? Is that really what you're looking for? And yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the market, and it's cheaper than London, And I thought, fair enough, okay. And that was their rationale. So I think we're going to see a bit of a sort of a mixed match, if you like, across the city. I think what's really, certainly for me anyway, Dubai feels like a metropolis now. And I think if you look at other comparable sort of cities around the world, I think Dubai's now knocking on the door of your Londons and your Parises and such. So with that, you'll have certain areas that are going to be very attractive, and people are going to be very desirable, and they're going to want these areas, and other areas where perhaps they've seen quite a huge increase, but now the pressure may be felt.
So to that end, I mean, what are the emerging neighbourhoods, hotspots? We've gone through years of having a couple of communities, if you like, that everyone wants to live in. It's nigh on impossible at the moment to find keys to turn in those places. So what are the emerging neighbourhoods and hotspots for you?
Well, look, I think what we're seeing along the canal now, coming down from Business Bay, is phenomenal. I mean, it's just full of cranes, and there's very little space left. I imagine that's going to be highly desirable given its location. Business Bay, which is again the launches that have been taking place for the last few years in Business Bay, you can really see that's quite a desirable area, close to downtown, close to the IFC, which obviously are hotspots for sure. JVC has stolen a lot of the headlines in the last couple of years on transaction volumes, both off-plan and ready units. I think driving around there, well, I say sitting in traffic around there these days can be a bit of a pain, but that seems to be very, very, very hot on the radar of many buyers at the moment. I see now that Allen Road corridor, going up towards Emaars the Valley, and these sorts of areas. Now some probably villa communities that are going to come along those areas. Obviously, the Bengatis have just launched the Meydan City, so that is going to be certainly a big hotspot, I think, because they've widened the highway a number of years ago. It's ready in that sense to take that, and obviously certain metro lines that are going to be coming through there.
Putting you on the spot, if I can, Zacky, because you've been so good to us throughout the year with your time, coming in, answering our calls and more. But yeah, let's do the Oscars. Actually, no, it's not the Oscars, is it? It's the Oskies. Let's call it the Oskies, all right? Favourite infrastructure, favourite development of the year for you?
Infrastructure, I'd say probably Dubai Metro. I'm going to go a bit boring. I think the city needs the metro expansion. 20 years ago when it was launched, we were expecting big things. Obviously, that got scaled back because of the global financial crisis. Now it's coming. I think the gold line, the blue line, these are needed, and that's going to see, sort of little hotspots of areas around those stations that both from a residential and commercial real estate perspective. So I'd go with that.
Take that.
On infrastructure, yeah.
Take that. And most looking forward to in 2026?
Obviously, hopefully, more to come. We've all had a very good year. The expectation now is to do that again. Yeah. So,
we go again.
I'm up for the challenge. We go again.
We'll let you get back to the garden, do some planting, get your head in the right place, and then we go again. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Really good. Thanks very much indeed to you and all the team at Cav Max for all your support throughout the year. Happy New Year in advance. Thanks very much indeed for being with us throughout 2025, and looking forward to more from Cavendish Maxwell, Zacky Sajjad, and the rest of the team during 2026. It's the Business Breakfast.